Alright, this is part one of what if Deku was the reincarnation of Nagato or Pain. I'm just gonna say Nagato most of the time. So, how this is going, he's gonna keep the Rinnegan. God damn you. He's gonna keep the Rinnegan and he's gonna keep the Rinnegan and he's gonna be, reincarnated into the world by the Sage Six Paths. So let's just get into it. When Nagato died during the Rinne rebirth, he was reincarnated. Now, before he actually, was moved there, he met the Sage Six Paths. And because his time does flow differently, he saw another person. That will be the ship for this one. And this is not going to be, she's not going to be anyone else. No, she's just going to be her. That is Conan. So Conan is, also there. The Sage Six Paths sees, he sees, I keep forgetting Nagato's name. He sees Nagato and Conan. He tells them both that he's going to reincarnate them because they had such a hard life. He says that they're going to a different world, a different reality, a different universe. He tells them that they'll keep their power, chakra. And he tells them that they're going to be born into this family. Conan's got a random family. And, you can call him Pain. Pain, gets reincarnated to, Izuku Midoriya. Well, he is, into the Midoriya family. So, when they're both reincarnated, they go to the world. So, when Nagato is born, he has red hair and, the purple eyes with the lines in them. Which this does freak out Hisashi. He don't know what it is, and Inko Hisashi don't know why Deku has red hair. But, the doctors say it's probably just a mutation, showing them examples of, blood tests of, other people that are actually related, but their kids look different from them. This should either be a mutation quirk or something different, just a random mutation. So, Deku has, the red hair and the purple eyes. Now, here's the thing that they did not account for. Growing up, Deku had enormous amounts of chakra. I might refer to him as Deku or, Pain or Nagato if I remember. Growing up, Inko and Hisashi did not expect for, Deku to be so strong. And they did not know what his quirk was. They didn't expect him to be so strong, so smart, and all of this. But Hisashi still had to go overseas, basically, to pay for everything for Inko and, Deku. So he still goes overseas to work. Now, at the age of 4, Deku was faster than normal kids and stronger. Smarter too, way smarter. Keeping all of Pain's memories, and the person inside of his, the house inside of his, with the apartment, was his best friend. Yes, his best friend. If you know what I'm going with this is his best friend, who he's later going to date. This is Conan. Conan lives inside of him. Which, they get along pretty well, and, they actually like each other. As, Inko and Conan's parents can actually see that. And so they, say, just jokingly, how about you two get married when you grow up? With them two blushing, knowing what marriage is, and, thinking about it, and they don't know. So, now it's the time for them to get that quirk, so they do go together. So, the Sage Six Paths, knowing that this is a world of quirks, did, make it so that it would seem like they have quirks. So, when they get to the hospital, Conan goes first, and it's shown that she has a paper quirk, which they don't know if it's actually useful or not. They think it's weak, but Conan's parents know that Conan's gonna be a strong kid. Still, that she was stronger and faster than most kids, and also smarter, but not to the level of Obito. So when not Obito, Nagato, when Nagato goes in, they diagnose him too. He has a quirk. They don't know what to label his quirk as because they see it has something to do with his eyes, and he just says his quirk name is Rinnegan. They just follow along with it and they copied it down. They do not know what his quirk really does because he did not explain it. So they was saying that they both have quirks and they're happy. So over the time, Deku did tell Bakugo what his quirk was. When he got put to school, the teacher says, explain who you are and what your quirk is if you unlocked it. Deku says, my name is Izuku Midoriya, and I have the quirk called Rinnegan. Teacher says, can you explain what it does? Deku says, well, that's a secret. And she says, what do you mean that's a secret? Deku says, I can't tell you, it's a secret. Konan then explains that she has a paper quirk. And she says, can you explain what that does? And she says, that's a secret. She's just wondering why these two kids ain't explaining their, techniques, like their quirks, seeing as everyone else explaining their quirks if they have them and what they do. She asked them that, and they say, to explain what your quirk is basically, just putting yourself out there into the world so you can get caught by a villain and killed. And I don't want to put my weaknesses out there, so I'm not gonna do that. As the teacher says, these kids are actually smart. Why in this grade if they're that smart? So Sasuke, is admiring Deku and Konan because they have their quirks, and his didn't come in yet. So Bakugo does have that attitude, like when he gets his quirk, he's gonna be the best. So when Bakugo does come around to get his quirk, he does act arrogant, trying to flaunt to say his quirk is better than Izuku's, but Izuku's not really caring about that because before all that thing happened and Nagato turned to pain, he was pretty peaceful. And that's what he wants to be for the most part, peaceful. But every time Bakugo keeps trying to bully him or Konan, and Nagato finally snaps one day when Bakugo explodes, his explosion on Konan. In which he actually uses one of his abilities. They just saw, his hair start to stand up a little bit. Cause his hair is down and it's red, long and red. As he looked at Bakugo, his hair started to float a little bit. And you can see both of his eyes instead of just seeing one that's covered by his hair. You see both of his Renegons and they start to glow purple as he says, Almighty pull. Because I don't know how you say it the other way. All I know is Shinra Tensei. I'm gonna learn that I'm just gonna say it in English version right now. Almighty pull, almighty push, planetary devastation. All of that. As it says almighty push, almighty pull. As Bakugo flies to Deku, with Deku grabbing him by his throat and then slamming him into the ground. As Bakugo spits out a little bit of saliva and he starts to cry because Deku slams him into the ground. And it hurt a lot. As the teacher did come over there and says, Izuku, why would you do that? As Izuku says he hurt Konan, As the teacher says, he was just playing. And Deku says, well then, if he was just playing, I was just playing. A lot of noise going on right now. I'm trying to listen. So the teacher did call Inko and she called Konan's parents along with Misuki. They explained the situation that Bakugo used his quirk on Konan, Deku used his quirk on Bakugo and slammed him to the ground. As Inko still doesn't know Deku's quirk, what it does, specifically. As Mitsuki does get angry at, Inko, talk about, she should control her son. That, Deku just attacking Bako out of nowhere. And Inko says that, Bako shouldn't attack, Konan. They get into a heated argument. This when Deku, Bakugo, and Konan comes in. Bako, starts crying to, Mitsuki, saying that, Konan, basically provoked him first. And he just basically accidentally used his quirk. Even though he clearly used it on purpose. Sorry about this. If, you see notifications pop up, I don't turn off my notifications. I keep them on. As Mitsuki says, see, as Deku basically start talking that Bako knows how to use his quirk on purpose, so he did that on purpose to Konan. And I know how to use my quirk on purpose, and I did that to him on purpose. And if he does it again, everyone just feels this tension in the room. The principal, everyone, he directs his bloodlust to Bakugo and Mitsuki, being pretty serious, saying, "I'll kill him." With a little smile on his face. Looking cute while saying, "I'll kill him." Everyone got chills down their spines. Everyone then went back, to basically the regular atmosphere, everything like that. Everyone's wondering what Deku said. Deku says, they say, "What did you say?" Deku says, "Nothing. What are you talking about?" As then, Deku glares at Bakugo. Bakugo just feels this pressure. Mitsuki then says, whatever. As, they did show TV footage, camera footage of what happened. It showed, Konan just sitting in her seat, Bako walking up to her, and it showed, them talking. Konan didn't do anything, to Bakugo, just basically just staring, forward, doing her work. Bako then uses his explosion, causing, explosion right at the face of Konan, which basically, hurt her a lot, but then, basically, she basically just peeled off the skin, the purple skin, like paper, just flew off her face. Then she replaced it. Bakugo, they didn't see Deku. His hair rise up a little bit, his eyes glow a little bit, and him put out his arm and just his mouth moves saying, "Almighty pull." Bakugo flew over to him, grabbing Bakugo by the throat, then slammed him to the ground, breaking a little bit of the wooden floor. No, not wooden floor. Shouldn't be wooden floor. Breaking a little bit, no, not breaking the floor at all. Just slamming Bakugo to the floor, a little bit, saliva coming out of his mouth. And Bakugo starting to cry, and the teacher basically going over to Bakugo, telling Deku that, he did wrong. Clearly seeing Bakugo do that to, Konan. And she didn't say anything then. So the teacher does get fired because, she didn't do anything when Bakugo did something, but, she did something when, Deku did something. And Bakugo did get a little slap on the wrist because they are still kids. So, growing up, Deku, was naturally smarter, stronger. He learned way faster than what normal people should. And he taught Konan a lot of things he learned. And during this time, they actually did get together, starting to date. And, Deku, his powers raised, in strength all the time. Now, Konan has, gotten way stronger with her quirk also. Her paper. To the point where she can turn completely into paper. Like she does in canon. And do all the things she did in the normal Naruto storyline. Along with, Nagato getting all his powers from the normal Naruto storyline. So, their hair are exactly similar to what they were in Naruto, but Nagato is a little bit longer, way longer, reaching all the way to his waist. That's how long his hair is. But he still got the split, you see, that's only covering his right eye, but his left eye is exposed. People don't like the fact that he has long hair. They say he look like a girl, but they can't say that that much because he is muscular. So, now they're 14. They're in class. They just sitting down, just listening to the teacher. No, the teacher then says, no. What do you guys want to be when you grow up? No, everyone's just staring, just sitting there. Then the teacher throws the paper up. He says, I know y'all want to be heroes, so everyone starts to use their quirks all willy-nilly and stuff like that. Except Conan, Bakugo, and Deku. Bakugo and Deku, no, they still didn't become friends. They don't like each other at all. They can't stand each other. But Inko and Mitsuki did become friends over this time. Mitsuki apologized to Inko, talking about Bakugo. She also apologized to Konan's parents about Bakugo, what he did. And they all became friends. But they see that their kids clearly do not like each other. Bakugo every time Bakugo gets a chance, he tries to attack Deku and take him down to show that he's top dog. But every time he gets beat up, he can't even touch Deku. And he hates that. Deku did show more of his powers to, basically Inko. Inko knows a lot of his powers, but not all of them. Like, she knows the path, the summoning path, the path that can use the Almighty Push. I forgot what that path called. She knows the summoning path, the healing path, the path that got the King of Hell. She knows the path that basically can push and pull, like I said. And, she knows the absorption path. She only knows those 4 paths. She don't know the other 2, which I think is the... The other 2, the one with the the weapons, like laser beam and stuff like that, the rockets. She don't know it, and she also don't know the other one. Which one is it? What's the last path? I forgot. I gotta write down all the paths of pain. Alright, in the next part, I'm gonna have all the paths, written down and stuff like that. And also, before I, continue this video, I just want to say something else. I got too much ideas on my mind for this to be working like it is. So, there's gonna be a couple more videos coming out soon. There is one on, Bleach, one of Bleach characters. Gonna be the reincarnation of Deku. The blind black dude? The blind black dude. Yeah, the blind black dude. Forgot his name. Whatever. He is gonna be a reincarnation. No, I'm gonna do him with his sword, his Zanpakuto. Forgot his name. I need to figure that out. I need to figure out all of his moves. I do know he's blind and stuff like that. Now, there is the Alpha Stigma that I still gotta do. There is just a bunch of things I gotta do still. So let's get back to this. The teacher announces that Bakugo is going to 1A, school of UA. He also announces that Deku and Conan is also going, which people don't talk because they know how strong they are. Bakugo also doesn't say anything because he don't want to catch that fade. So after class is over with, they do leave. Conan and Deku, they're walking down the alleyway. Bakugo don't try anything. And this when the sludge villain does jump out and says, hey kid, I need your body. As he jumps towards Deku, but Deku says, Almighty Push. As the sludge villain is shot backwards, him splattering all over the walls. Sludge villain is wondering what just happened as he is knocked out. This one All Might lands in, this not really, affecting anyone. cause Conan and Deku respect, All Might, but they don't really, they're not really, fanboys and fangirls. They just respect him. Like, oh, this dude is the strongest person here. Respect, respect. So, All Might collects the sludge villain after asking them that. He asks them if they want an autograph. They say no. Deku then looks at All Might and says, you seem to be injured. All Might says, wait, what? How do you? As no, Deku just points to his eyes. He says, I can see it. You're injured. So, who is so strong that they're able to injure the All Might? The great All Might. I know it's not that toxic chainsaw guy, what they say on the news. That definitely can't be true. So who is it, All Might? Who injured you? As All Might, start thinking that this kid is, smart. How did he figure out that he was injured? When most of the people around, the world, most teachers at UA, a lot of people don't even know that. All Might then explains the full story, seeing as Deku already knows that he's injured. Basically saying that he has an enemy, a great foe, by the name of All For One, in which he thinks he killed. And, All For One basically gave him this injury. Now it, basically, puts a time limit on his powers. Basically that's what's happening. Deku then says, oh, I can heal that for you. All Might then says, what? He says, yeah, I can heal that for you. All Might then says, don't make such a accusation like that, kid. Deku says, no, believe me, I can heal that for you. As All Might says, alright, heal it for me then. As the King of Hell comes out and, grabs All Might with his tongue and, heals him and spits him out. All Might feels his strength, returning. His body buffs up a little bit more. He says, I feel perfect. Thanks, kid. As, he said, asks him what his quirk is. He says his quirk is called Reincarnation. As All Might says, Reincarnation. That sounds interesting. Well, I need to go. I need to turn this villain into the police. Goodbye. As he jumps away. Now, the sludge villain does not fall out. But All Might did use a little bit too much power, which, he did trip and fall. But the sludge villain still did not fall out, because I don't want the second sludge villain attack to happen. But All Might is, he is still going to give his quirk to Mirio. Yes, I want All Might to give it to Mirio, not Deku. All my what ifs, mostly Deku would never get off the one fall. He would never get one fall in most of my what ifs. I don't know when I'm actually going to give it to him. So, All Might, after delivering the sludge villain, does a lot more heal work. And then he goes to Nezu and tells Nezu that he's healed. He also tells this recovery girl, and they ask him how he got healed, and he says by a kid. Kid with long red hair and purple eyes with rings in them. They say, oh, what was this kid's name? I think he said his name was Izuku Midoriya. As Never says, okay. I just came to a compromise. What would I call Conan? What's her hero name? If you guys, when I actually get to that part, but what do you want Conan's hero name to be? When I get there. Oh, I got a couple I think about right now. Crochet. I don't know what's wrong with me. No, I'm put some things down and don't just put in the comment section what you want Conan's hero name to be. Nagato's hero name is already going to be Pain. But he won't do this famous line as this world shall know pain. He won't do that because he's not a villain. So they get home and they just do all that. Not a 10 months training. They basically just train themselves and their abilities, and just study a lot. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. A lot. Now, their own powers don't need chakra. No, so Nagato don't need chakra to use his abilities, he can just use them. But they still, have that the almighty push still does have that 5 second delay. So what he does, the counter for that is, basically he, trains in fighting. Basically watching martial arts, videos and stuff like that. But with his Rinnegan, he can copy it down pretty easily. Oh yes, I just remembered a very, very, I just remembered, what if? It's what if Deku was an Ackerman and had the Sharingan. Deku being an Ackerman was the Sharingan. And there's something else, I forgot. Deku Ackerman was Sharingan, but there was another mix to it. Or what was it? I'll think about it later. So, 10 months of training over with. Deku is way smarter. He's at the point where he is one of the smartest minds in history right now. Because the Rinnegan, he can just look at something once and remember it. So, he's smarter than Nezu. So, when they actually go there, all the girls do look at Deku. Seeing his long red hair and his deep purple eyes, and the black lines. And they do like his eyes, they like his long red hair. As some of the girls do get heart in their eyes. His Conan does release a little bit of bloodlust. And the guys looking at Conan, she, they like him too, like her too. And it's when Deku releases some of his bloodlust. So they go in, they sit down in their seats, and they take the test. Deku gets first place, Conan gets second, and Momo gets third. The reason I say Conan gets second because she's been studying with Deku. Of course, she's gonna get smart. Well, smarter. So, yeah, sorry, my eye was itchy. During this time, Deku did do something for Conan. It was, a little bit strange to her, but, he did something. He basically took out one of her eyes and gave her the Rinnegan. And he basically healed up his eye, but now she has, the Rinnegan in one of her eyes, in which Inko and, her parents asked, how did she get one of Deku's eyes? And Deku basically explains that he gave it to her. They asked, was it painful? And he says, well, yeah, it was. They say, okay, just please don't do that. It sounds very painful. As he says, okay. And this is the only person who's actually going to get the Rinnegan. No one else going to get it. But, Conan basically has that eye that has the Rinnegan, hidden. And basically she has paper, eye patch around it. With the eye patch part that's being over her eye, being like a flower. So, with her Rinnegan, she could do everything that Nagato can do. But, she has a special ability. With her Rinnegan being special, with mixing with her quirk. She basically can create paper out of nothing. Basically just make paper out of nothing. And she can, use her paper that's outside, that she made out of nothing to create different things. And the things that she create would be, basically have the strength of whatever she wants. Like, it could be as soft as like a marshmallow or as hard as, steel. So that's what happened with, her Rinnegan. Nagato, basically just has a regular Rinnegan with all his powers. But, being from Inko Nesashi, he does get the control over, fire. He gets control over fire. And he can, make, just separately use telekinesis. And also he can, use fire breathing. He can mix them together to have, control over fire or, pyrokinesis. So now they're in the second part in which, President Mike is explaining the test. All the robots. Bakugo isn't talking in this one. Neither is Deku or Conan. They're just listening. Ida, does, say that President Mike, made such a huge mistake. And he don't say anything to anyone else. It just says that President Mike made a mistake or UA. As President Mike says, sit down. I was gonna get to that part. Humiliating Ida. Ida felt, humiliated. And President Mike says, the 0 pointer is basically just an obstacle. If you want to fight it, go ahead, but I advise you not to. As he says, all right, everyone go outside, and you're going to get a card, and that card should designate your designated area in which you will be, doing the testing. So Conan and Deku get split up, and Bakugo is in the same area as he was in canon. And so President Mike actually, says, they're waiting. Deku just basically standing there. People, the girls do, put their attention on Deku. And one girl in particular walks over to Deku and says, asks Deku why is his eye purple and stuff like that. Deku says he was born with it and it's part of his quirk. She says that's cool. She asks what his name is. He says his name is Deku. Or Izuku Midoriya. She says okay. She announces herself as Uraka Ochako. As they became friends pretty quickly. As Uraka says she was a little bit nervous. Deku then says, don't be nervous. Remember something. I'm gonna tell you something that I do, or my girlfriend does to actually keep me from being nervous. As she says, what is that? He basically says, if you ever feel nervous or if you ever feel like you're going down, just remember your Nindo. She says, what's a Nindo? He says, your ninja way. As she says, what's ninja way? As Naruto smiles, not Naruto, well, Deku smiles and says, it's basically saying that how you want to live your life, how you want to be in your life, your Nindo, your ninja way, your resolves, what you will do, what you will accomplish. That's your Nindo. Live by the code of the ninja. As he says that he then, throws a smoke bomb on the ground and he, disappears. Everyone is shocked by this. He basically just, standing on top of the gate. And how he did this was basically doing a body flicker. I said they don't need chakra, but they do have it still. And they can do basically jutsus. It's just like, his Rinnegan doesn't need chakra, and Conan's Rinnegan don't need chakra either. Along with her paper. Because the Sages past made that into basically, like I said, quirks. But he still gave them chakra. And Conan does have that, thing in the bottom of she basically have earrings. She had 2 earrings made of chakra chakra things. Chakra spikes. In which she does receive a lot of Nagato's chakra. But here's something that's different. Nagato has limitless chakra. So his hair is not gonna go gray, white, whatever. He's not gonna get all wrinkly. Nothing like that's gonna happen to him. He's gonna look like, just regular Nagato. But Conan can do any jutsu she wants without, any backlash because, Nagato has limitless chakra. So President Mike starts, counting down and says, ready, set, go. Nagato just blitzes out in front of everyone and starts destroying a lot of robots. He says, they say, hey, he's cheating. President Mike says there's no countdown in the real battle. Get out there and destroy as much robots as you can. As Deku isn't really using, all of his abilities, he's basically just using Iko and Hisashi quirk. Basically just using fire breathing and controlling the fire to also take down a lot of robots. Him basically not wanting everyone to see all of his abilities, doing that. But with Conan, she's basically using jutsu and using her paper. Everyone in her area is seeing this, seeing her expertise in all of this. So after a while, Deku defeats a lot of robots and things like that. He has enough points to be, first place. He then sees Uraraka stuck on the rubble. He then rushes over, picks up the rubble off of her. The 0 pointer was finna step on them, but he puts his hand out and says, "Almighty push." As the robot shoots in the air a couple of feet, comes down, and blows up. Uraraka was shocked. Deku then uses his hand to heal her up. Not wanting to use the King of Hell in front of everyone, he just used basic, healing jutsu. Healing her up pretty fast, and then he says, "Well, this is goodbye, see you later." As basically just used the body flicker. As Uraraka was shocked from this. Now, with Conan, she basically just saved someone too. They was finna get crushed by the 0, 1, or 2. She basically just wrapped her paper around them and then, dragged, them out. Not even using her gun, because she don't want anyone to see that either. Basically still having that covered. So they do leave and they go home, and the next week, they do get the letter saying that they passed and they're in class 1A. Deku got first place with basically Conan getting second. So next, day comes when they have to go to UA, in which they go. Dressed in their uniforms, Nagato got his long hair just, all the way down to his waist. Just, he has it, covering his eyes still, but for the most part, it's, basically just in the back. That's he actually puts his hair up, ties it up. So people will know how long his hair actually is. But, the parts in the front that cover his eye, he leaves that out. So it can cover up his eye, and he leaves one out. So Conan and Nagato go to sit down, being some of the earlier ones in the classroom. They go sit down next to each other and they start talking to each other a little bit. But they're talking quietly because they can sense Aizawa. They're feeling his chakra. And everyone here has chakra, but low amounts. They can't use it, but they can, basically, they can feel it. If you're skilled enough, you can get to the point where you can actually feel chakra. But you can't use it, manipulate it, or anything. So Conan and Nagato can actually feel it when chakra, but no one else can use it. The person who has the largest chakra in this world being All Might and All For One. The reason that being is because they live for a long time. Well, All For One, in his case, he lived for a long time. He accumulated a lot of chakra. All Might, reason he has a lot of chakra is because All For One. Dang, this video's probably gonna get long, but I don't care. So this one, after a while, everyone gets into class. Bakugo gets to the class. He puts his feet up, either start arguing with him, either then sees Deku, walks up to Deku and says he's a better student than him. He didn't even notice the hero points. Deku says he didn't notice them either. He just did what a hero would do. As Ida announces who he is, he says his name is Ida Tenya. Deku says, "My name is Izuku Midoriya." Conan then says, "My name is Conan." I don't know what last name to give her, so I'm not giving her a last name. This when Uraraka comes in, thanks Deku for saving her. As she actually meets Conan and says, "Oh, you must be Conan." Izuku basically told me a little bit about you. You being his girlfriend and all. That's all he told me. And that was it. On board now. Turn my TV on, and that's it. I'm bored in the house, and I'm in the house board. So, After everyone gets in their seats and sit down, Aizawa gets up and says, everyone be quiet, sit down. My name is Shoto Aizawa, I'm your home teacher. Today we're going to be doing a Quirk accession test. Put on these uniforms to go outside. Uraka asks, what about orientation? Aizawa says, you're in a hero school, you don't need orientation. Dang, phone went dead. That's cool. Deku gets up, takes his uniform. So this Konan takes her uniform and they both start walking. Aizawa says, look, follow their instruction. Follow them. Be more like those two. As everyone does, get up and get their uniforms, they go in the next area. Which Bakugo was kind of mad because he don't like Deku. Not one bit. So they're in the changing room, they're changing. Deku basically puts on his clothes. During this time, Kirishima asks Deku what is his training regimen because he is ripped. As Deku says, that's a secret. You cannot know that. As Kirishima says, oh, dude, come on, man. What's your training regimen? As Deku says, that's still a secret. As name Mineta is peeking on the girls. And, Mineta says, look, guys, I found a peephole. As Deku turned around, his eyes glow a little bit, and he says, almighty pool. As Mineta flew to Deku's hand. As Deku put him against the locker and says, listen here, little brat. If you stare upon those girls any longer, I will not refrain from killing you. And Deku says, am I clear? As Mineta, who just peed himself a little bit, says, yes, sir. As Deku drops Mineta, and then he fixes, the hole. Use the earth style to fix the hole in the wall. Jiro then says some dude basically just, stopped the dude from peeping. Konan says it might have been Izuku. They say, how do you know? And she basically says to Deku basically likes her. And they're dating. So he is a little bit protective over her. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't like anyone, basically staring at me. As they say, okay. Understanding why Deku did that. But, the girls did see, Konan's eye, and they asked her about it. Why does her eye resembles, basically Izuku? This was basically, what's her name? Uraka asking. Konan basically saying, that is a secret that I cannot tell you. They ask if they are related. Konan says no. They'll be weird. Konan says that would be weird if you're, dating and related. We are related. They say, they kept on pressuring her about, about the eye until they got outside. They, start asking more questions and stuff like that. So, they're outside and they ask her again. But this time Izuku was around and, Deku says, you know what, you can tell them. I'm okay with it. As she says, no, alright. Basically, she explains to them that Izuku, he can give someone else his eyes. So, basically, he gave his eye to her. So she basically has the power that's in his eyes. As they said, it got to be painful. As she said, it is. If you don't have a high enough, pain tolerance, you can either pass out or die from basically having your eye ripped out and another one placed inside of your eye socket. As they think about that and they say, yeah, I don't want that to happen to me. And they do feel a little bit disgusted for asking. So, as everything calms down, Aizawa basically looks at Deku and says, you got first place on the entrance exam, come up here and throw the ball. As sorry about that. As Bakugo was a little bit angry that he didn't get first place. But, he couldn't do anything. Right now, at least. As Deku walked up, he grabbed the ball. He grabbed the ball, he threw it. And I'm going to say he gets Infinity. Reason he got Infinity because he used Almighty Push to basically push it out, outside of the reach of Earth. So it's outside of Earth's atmosphere. They say, Deku was pretty strong to basically get Infinity. Araka said she thought she was going to be the only one to get Infinity. But, after seeing what Deku just did, she says, no, I guess not. Now, as I threw the ball to Conan, says, you got second place, you throw it. Conan, takes the eye patch off her eye, and she, does the same thing Deku did. As some of the people wondering how, she basically has the same power as Deku. But, the girls already know why. And some dudes that were listening, like Bakugo, Kirishima, Todoroki, Kaminari, well, basically everyone heard basically the explanation, including Aizawa. And Aizawa thought that was painful too. But here is something that's going to be different about this story. Aizawa cannot, shut off either of, he can't shut off, Deku's quirk or Conan's. The reason he can't shut off Deku's because it is physical. It's a physical quirk, basically linked to his eyes. I'm going to say that's how it works. And Conan's body is literally made of paper. Well, it is human flesh, but, she can turn it into paper. So I'm going to say that, he can't, turn that off. Which he did try to turn off Deku's, quirk, but he saw that it didn't work. I don't know why, I'm just interested in my drifting right now. Sorry for getting the sound. So, every other test goes with Deku and Conan, destroying everyone else. The grip strength, they were surprised to see how, strong Conan was. The ball throw, like I said, Deku got first place, Conan getting second, and Araka getting third. All of them tying with the same, exact score of, Infinity. Infinite eats infinite. Infinite with an E. That's how you spell infinity. G without the gun. That's how you spell run. Well, that's not really how I spell run. So, what else? So basically, overall, Deku's first place, Conan in second, Araka, basically, everyone comes in their place except, Mineta is the bottom of the class. So Mineta unfortunately gets the boot. In comes, who? Oh yes, Conan's taking, Invisible Girl's spot. So in comes Obara, Divine Girl, she comes in class 1A. And something else that's different, Shinso is actually in class 1B. And he's also, actually no, Shinso is in class 1A because they saw that his quirk was really useful. Mostly Aizawa. And the dude that can talk to animals is in class, 1B. So, that happens. Now everyone goes home, and the next day comes, and this one Alme comes in and says, I am here, As everyone does freak out, except Deku and Conan. Now, All Might says you guys will be doing the heroes versus villains. Now, Conan and Nagato's hero costume, exactly like Naruto, the Akatsuki robes. As everyone sees it, and they just think that's so cool. Now, Nagato did cut his hair to basically be like it is right now in the picture. Instead of being as long as I said it was, it's not like not like the picture. So Conan still has her eye basically closed. Well, not closed. Well, covered up. The Rinnegan, she has it covered up. That was sick. I can't even front. Move, hobos. Sorry about that. Playing GTA 5. Oh, my eye hurt. Okay. I'm going to keep going I'm probably going to get to the USJ. I'm just going to do this so I can focus. So, like I said, they basically got their hero costumes. Everyone think it's sick. Basically got ninja tools and all that. But they do have sealing jutsus, so they sealed a lot more things on their bodies already. As All Might says, perfect. You all already look like heroes. So basically, let's get started. He then says we're gonna be doing the hero versus villains, like I said. But the way we're gonna do this, we're gonna pick teams by random. Now, All Might says Izuku Midoriya and Orako Ochako. Your heroes. Actually, no. Izuku Midoriya and Conan, your villains. Bakugo Koski and Todoroki, Shoto Todoroki, your heroes. Mixing this up a little bit. So, everyone switches team, like I said. Deku and Conan basically go inside the building. They actually stay on the first floor, make shadow clones. They go to the top floor. They clone the bomb. They put the clone of the bomb on the top floor. And inside the lower floor, the first floor, they inside one of the rooms. And they actually use a genjutsu so it looks normal. As everyone is seeing this, they wondering what happened, where they are. Because they saw them do the shadow clone. But then they see them, basically go inside the room. And then, that room basically just disappeared. As All Might says, hero team, she may now enter the building. As Todoroki just freezes it, but the room that they were in does not get frozen. So, Todoroki, thinking that this is already over, basically goes inside. Bakugo says, cocky bastard, he was gonna have his fun. As he goes inside, they both go inside. They go to the top floor. Let's see Conan and Deku basically just stuck in the ice. As Todoroki goes and put his hands on bombs, he's waiting for All Might to say his hero team wins. Then the bomb basically poof, and so does Conan and Deku. They're wondering what happened. As they're wondering where the bomb is, basically just looking around for it. They go back down to the bottom floor. As soon as they get to the bottom floor, they just get wrapped up in paper, and then they get sealed, put to sleep. And it's all like says hero, the villain team wins. As everyone is shocked how fast it was. Deku and Conan released Bakugo and Todoroki. They didn't ask them what they did, how was that possible. Todoroki thought that he was going to win. He did not expect Deku to be that strong. So, forget it. Everyone does the test. Everyone fights. Everyone wins. Everyone loses. Uncanny. People lose. People win. So, during class the next day, as I was saying, y'all got to pick a class representative. A class representative. You also got to pick class president and vice president. They picked Deku as class representative, and they picked Conan and they picked Conan and Momo as the class president and vice president. And they go to lunch. While I was eating at lunch, Monoma does try to hit Deku with his arm, but Deku just basically under his breath says almighty push, as Monoma was basically blown back. Monoma says looking your way, class 1A, so cocky, that you would basically use your quirk on me. Deku then says you tried to hit me. It was only self-defense. As everyone does attest to what Deku said, seeing Monoma clearly trying to basically hit him, in which Kendo does come over there and hit Monoma on top of the head. Oh, shit. I did not mean to do that. So, let's get out of this area first. At the corner now, at the moment is hitting top of the head with by a giant fist, the alarm does go off, and everyone's in a panic. Talk about a villain attack happening. They're gonna die. Basically, all of that's happening. Man, this dude just don't care about nobody's life. So there we go. And everything like that happens. But Deku actually feels, Shigaraki's presence. He can feel, basically his chakra. And his chakra is ominous. It feels, so disgusting. His chakra feels, so with, so much hatred, so much bloodlust and stuff like that. As Deku don't like to basically feel Shigaraki's, basically chakra. It's disgusting to him. So Deku basically tells Nezu Well, actually, basically, he just basically body flickers to where Shigaraki is. He sees Shigaraki. Deku then does something. He basically disables the camera in that room and says, who are you? What is your name? What is your purpose here? And what are your goals? As Shigaraki says, shut up, brat. How did you even find me here? Basically. And he says, well, I'm here to get you a file so I can basically use them to basically kill All Might. As Deku says, you want to kill All Might? Huh. And he, what's his name? Shigaraki goes on to explain more about their plan. What is going on? And talking like he was gonna use UA files to find out where All Might's gonna be at a specific time so they can go and attack him. And a lot of more things that was gonna happen. As Deku says, I've heard enough. As Shigaraki was like, what? As Deku then says, you are too dangerous to be kept alive. Shigaraki is like, what is this kid talking about? As Deku says, since you are too dangerous to be kept alive, I shall end you now. As he shoots out a chakra rod right to Shigaraki's shoulder, he then proceeds to rip out Shigaraki's soul little bit by little bit, in which before Deku can rip it fully out, Shigaraki is teleported away by Kirigiri. Kirigiri is wondering what happened. Shigaraki couldn't see his soul, so he couldn't even try to even stop it. So Shigaraki lost most of his soul. This weakens him a lot. The loss of his soul. His strength is way lessened. And his body is a little bit wrinkly. And he lost, it's not like he lost in the blood, but he lost mass. Basically his body a little bit more light. Dang, I keep crashing everything. I want to crash into everything. Crash and burn. Kamikaze. I'm gonna kill my pilot as I crash this plane down to the ground. Kill everyone in my wake. Straight faced. Go ahead. End the day. So Shigaraki is taken back and he's actually given to the doctor. All for one's doctor, and the doctor try to heal Shigaraki, and what she get Shigaraki to the point where he can walk around and he's gonna be normal. But they did break off the chakra rod with the Nomu. And so the chakra rod is broken. So it's out of Shigaraki's shoulder, the longer part. But it still got a little bit left inside of Shigaraki's shoulder. But before he did leave, he did take away the UA files. He took the when they're gonna be at the USJ, he still got it. And Deku don't know this, but he did tell Nezu this. And Nezu didn't find it, either. He don't know about it either. So that's the USJ is still gonna happen, but that's gonna be a huge difference coming up a little bit. So after the school day was over with, not the school day over with, Deku makes a shadow clone. As he went to the bathroom, he made a shadow clone. He sent the shadow clone to go, where, he felt his chakra rod it. As his shadow clone gets there, he sees everything basically just, hiding his presence. He sees everything and he thinks, basically what's going on. He then sees on, the TV Off One. And he sees in the background that Off One is in front of, he's in front of, this place. And he says that the weapon to kill All Might is, inside. And, Shigaraki should come here, or Kirigiri should come and get it by the time they're ready to start, the plan. As they say, yes, master. As off one says, okay. And if you're lucky, you might even get to kill the brat that did that to you. As Shigaraki says, yes, master. As Deku says, so that's what's happening. As he basically makes another shadow clone. The shadow clone makes a shadow clone. As he, basically dispels himself. As Nagato gets all the memories, seeing what happened. So basically says, so that's what's going on. As, he basically, his shadow clone basically did something. He says, so, if that's the area with, basically, the weapon to kill All Might's at, then I should go there. Basically go there, destroy the weapon, and I should, basically leave after that. So Deku Shadow Clone goes to where basically the Nomu's at. He sees the Nomu. He also sees Dr. Yujiro. I think it's Yujiro. He sees the doctor. The doctor's wondering, who is this kid? How did he get here? What's going on? Basically wondering all of these things. But, he didn't even get a second to think before Deku basically, floated in the air a little bit, raised his arms out, and basically started to speak. Before Dr. Yujiro could say anything, all he heard was, Almighty, push, as everything in his wake got destroyed. The Nomus got destroyed, killed. And Dr. Yujiro, got killed. And the whole building, got destroyed. Deku then dispels himself, and Nagato gets the memories of what happened. He says, that is a good idea. So, that weapon that they said was made to kill All Might is dead then. Alright, so that happened. They all get on the bus and they go to the USJ. All for one and Shigaraki don't know what happened. Saying that's basically they don't know yet. But when Shigaraki was going to actually attack the USJ, he goes to where the Nomu is. He sees that the Nomu, the factory was destroyed. He sees all the corpses of the Nomus basically there. And he sees the only man that can actually create the Nomus is lying there with a pole through his chest, his eye missing, glass in his body, some of his bones showing, bleeding everywhere. Just a gruesome sight. Laying on the ground, dead. And they don't know what happened. They don't know anything. They don't know if when the Nomus went crazy and actually attacked Dr. Yujiro, if someone found out where their location was and basically attacked it and destroyed it, they don't know anything. But Shigaraki tells All-For-One this. All-For-One says, is pretty, mad, pretty pissed. But he tells Shigaraki to actually go with the plan anyway. That even though they don't have the weapon to kill All Might, he should be weakened to the point where they can actually get him to a point where they can kill him. Not knowing that All Might has been healed. So at the USJ, Deku gets in there. And Deku actually feels, the presence of everyone in there. As Deku tells Aizawa that something is wrong and something's not right. Aizawa then says, what are you talking about? Deku says that there are people inside the USJ. Aizawa says, there shouldn't be people in there. He probably just paranoid. As Deku says, no, I'm never wrong, Aizawa. Every time I sense something, I know it's right. Aizawa says, alright, kid. We're gonna call in more heroes then. As 13 was not inside the building yet, as Aizawa and 13 called in more heroes. As everyone does get there, they say, the kid basically thinks that there are, people inside, so they actually go in. With the extra heroes, along with All Might and Aizawa and the teachers, they go in, leaving the students outside, and this when the villains come in. And Aizawa is shocked to see all the villains and saying that, Izuku was right. There was someone in here. But how did they get in here, and how did they know to come here? And how did Izuku know they was in here? Aizawa says, no, they don't have enough time to think about this, so, basically they just have to do with this. So the heroes start fighting the villains, and, it goes way better than the canon. Because there are more heroes there, and All Might is at his prime. As Shigaraki sees that All Might is in his prime, and he is not hurt. And all the heroes there are actually strong, too. So all the villains get captured, taken down. But Shigaraki and Kirigiri escape. Now, Shigaraki's, quirk, per se, it's not as strong as it was. Because, like I said, his soul got distracted. He only got 25% of his soul. As he is way weaker than he was in canon. His quirk can never be as good as it was, back when he was fully, when he fully had his soul. So what All For One does, seeing as Shigaraki is not as strong as he was, he basically tries to take his quirk and give him a new one. It's the same exact quirk, but he sees that his quirk just got weaker and not him, that what he think. So he tries to give him a stronger quirk, and it actually does kind of work. The quirk is stronger, but Shigaraki's body cannot handle it, so his body is slowly but surely destroying itself. But Shigaraki does not Shigaraki. All For One does not notice this because when he had the quirk, his body was fully prepared for it because he had it for so many years. So he did not know that Shigaraki's body was not prepared to take it on. So his body is slowly but surely destroying itself. So after that happened, now it's the sports festival. Dang. I want to do this whole thing, and I don't want to do this in all one go. So let me just do the sports festival. No, I ain't gonna do the sports festival. Actually, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. This part 1 of what if Deku was the reincarnation of Nagato or Pain. So see you guys in the next one. Peace out.